Today I want to talk about impressions. Making your impressions is probably the most important thing that we do with people. I will tell you seriously with everything I know that it's really, really simple. I want you to feel comfortable with taking the impression because I believe it's something that's easy to do. But it's only easy when you see it. I want to build my own veneer this year. I've made them for thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I just think it's about time. I haven't done mine. And so I'm going to start with taking the impression. A lot of people ask me why I don't smile more. If I do, my smile doesn't show very well. The best I can do is smile, and nobody smiles that big. If I smile regular, only like an eighth or a little more than an eighth of my smile actually shows. If you'll look, I've got a pretty long palette from here to here. But the other thing is when I actually had braces, they over-contoured my teeth by shortening them and shaping them up. And so they're a little short. I think that's something I'm going to do with my veneers, add some length back to where there's actually more of my smile showing. But I want to show you how I would do it if I were you. I just know it from memory. I'm hoping you'll read the instructions. I'll hope you follow through. But I want to show you how it's done. So let me go as fast as I can. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to start the timer so people will know really what we're going through. Okay? So when I push start, what you got to realize is we always have what's called a base and a catalyst. And one's dark and one's light. Another thing I want you to know is that I actually have already brushed my teeth and I've already washed my hands. The other thing I want to do before I get started that I recommend everybody do is dry your teeth with a cotton towel. All I do is take a small cotton towel and dry your teeth. I recommend you always dry your teeth before you put any appliance on it. I think it's a big deal. It's something that's personally worked for me. Start. So now that I restarted it, we're on 2 seconds. I'm going to take these, and you want these to be an even shade of blue. Right now it's not even. It's white, and it's turning a little bit blue, and eventually it'll turn blue. And you got to be thinking the whole time, how am I going to get an impression of my teeth? How am I going to get an impression of my teeth? Right now I've been doing this for about 21 seconds. But in some places you can still, it looks like marble. And you got to work as fast as you can for marble. There's 30 seconds, you roll it again. So right there, we're at 30 seconds. And we're doing pretty good. Now remember, you're going to roll that into like a thick cigar sorta. And you're going to try to get these lined up, but you don't want too much off the back. I like to load it a little bit with my thumb right around like a border. And that way I'm kind of leaning it up, ramping it up towards the top. It's just the way I want to do it. So it's taken me about a minute to load my tray. And then with that, these things start to harden in about 45 seconds because now it's mixed. But I want you to see that. It's not really flat, it's kind of ramped up. I like it. My teeth are kind of long, so I ramp it up. I'm going to take that, open my mouth. There again, you could do this real quick. It just helps. Perfect impression. You're gonna see I've got the gum line. It's just amazing. This guy is a perfect impression. It just takes that. It took a minute and a half. And with that, it's just perfect. And that's what you're looking for. If you can get that, you're gonna see what I was talking to you about. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So with that, I'm gonna try it again on my bottom, okay? So in case you didn't catch it, I set it down, I let it harden. But I'm gonna stop and show the bottom again. We're gonna reset it. We're gonna start it. I'm gonna take one of each, top and bottom. Pull it out. There's one. There's two. So right now, I've got paste and catalyst, and I have my tray. So I'm just gonna get ready to get started. Okay. Boom. Start mixing these together. Remember, it starts out white, and then it starts out looking like a marble, white and blue, and you want it to be as blue as you can. So you want to go fast. Right now we're at 15 seconds. We want to be less than 30 with this thing fully mixed, and you don't want it to look like marble. You want this thing to look like blue. And with that, right here at 24 seconds, and I'm ready to place it in the tray. So at 30 seconds, I've got it in the tray. It looks a little bit like a long cigar, sorta. I put it in there, I front load it. I try to make sure that the front's always higher than the back. It's just the way I do it. It may not be the way you do it. You want to evenly put some of this around. And so, remember, it starts to harden in about 45 seconds, and I'm at 50 seconds now. And so, with that, I know how it feels, so I know where I can make my best impression. But at 55 seconds right now, we need to get this in our mouth. Flip it over. Messed it up. It came out. I'll tell you what. I messed up the first impression, so I think we just stay with it. Because the reason being is it's a real situation of what happens with the system. What happened was I made a perfect impression. I didn't impress it into the hose, so when I lifted up my impression, it pulled up the impression with it. So that's the reason why we let you make a mistake. This one automatically becomes trash, so we'll throw it away. And we'll start over. What you do is you just take it, clean out your tray again, and we have a third one in case you do make a mistake. So that was a perfect example. We made a mistake. We're gonna reset our clock for the third impression. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our paste. We wanna get it out. We're gonna go ahead and get it out. So we get this out. We get the other one out. This is our base. And so we got those done. We kind of rewash our hands down. Remember, our first impression's hardened now. So you can do anything with that. That's a great impression. Bottom one's a little more tricky. Re-dry your teeth. Make sure there's nothing on it. Take your tray. Reuse your bottom tray. Get all the blue out of it if you can. And now remember, that's going to be a big thing. If you reuse your impression, get your blue out. But what I never taught before is how you set the tray. I always thought that it went in by itself. What happened was I took a little bit longer than a minute to put it in there, and it didn't sink into the hose very well. So remember, this time we want to push it into the hose really well. So I'm going to take these two right here, and I'm going to put them together. And I'm going to start my watch. And it's going to push start. And so I'm going to put these together, and my goal is to get these done in under 30 seconds. So jam, jam, jam. Remember, it's hardening. If it looks like marble, it's not good enough. We're at 15 seconds. Come on, guys, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Now it's blue. Okay, I never taught this before. Roll it. And now I know what I'm doing a little different. You want to roll it real thin. I'm at 27 seconds. I'm going to place this in here like a cigar. The only difference is between now and before is I'm going to tell everybody to push in there. Push that in there, push that in there. You want it pushed in there. And then you want to take the excess and you want to build it back up, right up in there where your teeth are, especially if you have long teeth. The longer your teeth. So anyway, I build this back up. I'm at 54 seconds. I want this thing in my mouth. But see, I've already got it protruded. I've already got it locked into these trays. So now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to push these down in here like that. So now it's not going to come out. See how it's already protruding? So it won't lift out. It's going to be too hard. The last one I didn't push in enough. So I'm going to take this, push that back in there. And remember, I'm going to sit there and make this thing a little bit heavy on the front side and thinner on the inside. So now it's ready for me to take an impression. Perfect impression. Absolutely perfect. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a perfect impression. It's absolutely perfect. What I did is I took a minute to mix it, and I took 2 minutes after I set it in. I had to make sure, the first mistake I did is I made it perfect, but when I pulled it out, it was already so tight that it wouldn't lift, that it lifted out of the impression because it wasn't protruded. I had to get it through those holes. I'd never had that mistake before, and I always wondered why people didn't do it. But I want you to see every bit of the indentation. If you can't see that, every bit of this indentation is 100% in there. Everything you could do. There's no drag marks, there's no nothing. Every bit of the bottom of the gum line, everything is in there. Every little crevice is in there. and I mixed it. And so if you mix it more than a minute, I felt it was starting to get hard when I made the impression, which means I would like to do that a little bit faster, which means don't dry your teeth. When you get past a minute, let's say you get past 55 seconds. Let me stop this right quick. When you get past 55 seconds, it starts hardening, and every 5 seconds means a lot. So if you go too late, you're going to ruin this stuff. Please be ready to do this in 50 seconds. I think it's enough, 55 seconds. At least have it in your mouth in 1 minute. And then wait 2 minutes. So it takes about 3 minutes to make it. But I'm very proud of this impression. It gives me every little detail you can imagine. That's how you make an impression. Now you take these, you fill out whatever card that you need, you put them in a return envelope. It's got pre-addressed return envelope to us, and you get it back to us. And when it comes back to our lab, we use these impressions to make you a dental veneer and redesign you a smile that should absolutely change your life. The better the impression, the better the veneer, the better the design, the more possibilities. It's a true partnership. Work with me, let me go to work for you. And the way I do that is I do it with these. I need good impressions every time. Everything about this is a good impression. One thing I want you to know is when you pull down, don't move left, don't do right. Don't try to wiggle it. When you're, I'm gonna put these things down. When you place this in your mouth, you press up with your thumbs and you pad a little bit to the left, a little bit with your 2 fingers on the front, a little bit to the right, or left, front, right. If you do that, you're just making small impressions, but don't let the tray move. Always try to keep it still. Once you push it up and you stop, you're firm. The other thing I would do is you have a U shape. Try not to go all the way to the front. Try to go a little bit off the front. When I made that impression, I had this much more room to go. I went here and went straight down. If I would have went all the way to the top, I would have scraped the front. So try not to go to the front. You guys, there's no better way for me to explain it than to show you a minute to mix it, make the impression, 2 minutes to hold it, and pull down. I like to pull from the level, but I think it's best to go ahead and put your fingers under your lips and just pull down lightly and let air take it out. Just bring the seal out because it's already hardened because you've waited 2 full minutes. I think it's the best way to make it. You'll know if you don't see your gum line whether or not it's a good impression, but you can tell this went all the way up into the crevices everywhere. These are gonna be really good impressions. I'm super impressed. Guys, I hope you see that's how you do it. It's just that fast. They're gonna edit it and pull it all together, but I'm telling you, you make the impression, you hold it, you pat it, you wait, pull down, or you press down from the top underneath your fingers, and I think you're gonna find it's really simple to do. I can't make it any more simple. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know if it helps.